my daddy.
I shall fear no man, just God, but it was God that gave me these bars.
My pen is the paintbrush, notepad the easel. Been painting with a twist before, sipping with my people. Stacking lines, equal sign, this verse is the prequel to the man you hear before you flowing through your speakers. Hempstead Nights, silky slim with the pearly whites. Earned a rep being smooth with the ladies. Plus could fight, kept the knife in his inside coat pocket. 22 strap on his ankle as another option. Protege of Chocolate Tay and OG from around the way. Used to run numbers and push yay. No Yeezy.
So listen, you know what we haven't done in a long time? Unpopular belief.
Oh shit.
Unpopular belief. Now, shout out to my boy Dean Raines. He's supposed to be on. He's a big T.I. fan, right? Because, you know, some things happen in his family. I hope everything is well with you, my brother.
Amen.
So, I've been wanting to say this for a while now. But since I have the platform to say it, I'm going to say it.
Here we go.
So, T.I., man. Hey, I love T.I. I love T.I. to death. I really do. You know, one of my first songs I heard T.I. on was "I'm Serious."
Yeah, that was hard.
Classic. The second time I ever heard T.I. he was on this song called "Dope Boy Fresh."
Mm-hmm.
Dope Boy Fresh, dope by the Attic Crew. Shout out to the Attic Crew. Attic Crew's throwback Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Attic Crew. So, you know, but T.I. is a businessman. You know, he signed artists. And one of the artists he signed was Young Dro. Shout out to Young Dro. My unpopular belief is Young Dro is a better rapper than T.I. Young Dro is a better rapper than T.I.
What's his song? I don't know Young Dro like that.
So you got
Shoulder Lean.
You got Shoulder Lean. What other joint he had? Oh man, that joint he did? Oh man, I can't think of it. So you got song. But it's the joint he did the verse on for one of T.I. other artists where he did I just had it in my head. What's the name of that song? Ain't I?
Oh yeah, that was with that's the skateboard kid that never took off.
Right. Ain't I? That
young,
was
young,
that.
Young LA.
Yeah, Young LA. He had that song, okay, Ain't I? And these songs we mentioned it right now. He smoked T.I. He smoked T.I. on both of these songs. Any song that Young Dro get on with T.I., he's going to murk T.I. Hands down.
Hey, I ain't gonna, the crazy thing how God and the universe work, right? I was just having this conversation yesterday at the barbershop. The dude randomly brought up about like artists managing other artists, right? Mm-hmm. He was talking about T.I. like he said he did such a bad job with Young Dro for us getting him where he needs to be. And I said, dude, generally speaking, that happens across the board. You think about you think to take Atlanta. Oh, you can take that, especially at that time. Yeah, T.I. ain't nobody could like keep hot for long stretches. Yeah, Ludacris, we already know nobody was like made it to his level. And then you had even Jeezy. Jeezy had Corporate Thuggin' or CTE. They had one good album. It was over. Like you label like artists who create their own label and try to manage other artists usually don't work out.
Fat Joe is the Anomalies. I think he did a good job with Pun. I think if Pun was still alive, he still will be with Fat Joe. You know, he might have had his own. I would say that maybe because Pun was on his way to making his own label, but Fat Joe would have been around somewhere. He would have been around.
The key thing is Fat Joe understood the assignment.
Right.
He knew Pun was better than him.
Yeah, so he like, look, I'm gonna let you, because he knew like since he's more talented, if he win, I'm still winning. You know what I'm saying? Right. So,
right.
But the other artists ain't like, you know, when the ego get involved, like, man, ain't nobody be top dog but me.
But see, right. But see, what you just said, Chuck, I agree with everything what you said except for one thing. See, it's not the fact that he did a bad job with Young Dro. He sabotaged Young Dro.
Oh.
That's what I believe. I believe he sabotaged Young Dro. And here's the thing, Dro doesn't, he's not focused like that. He's really not.
Special.
So I'm not going to put it all on T.I. I'm not going to put it all on T.I. But when you got a special artist like Young Dro, you make sure that Young Dro get in that studio. You make sure Young Dro making songs. You know, Young Dro, but listen to the songs. Listen to the quality of bars that Dro have. Listen to the what's the word I'm looking for? Like that thing that Dro has.
The it factor.
Yeah, T.I. ain't got that. He ain't got what Young Dro had, man. Like, it's just, I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you. What y'all think? Y'all think that T.I. is better than Young Dro?
I don't, you know what? The first, the few thoughts that has popped in my head, right, is because I know you don't collect Forrest.
Don't bring up Vlad. You gonna bring up Vlad?
I'm talking about Beanie. I'm talking about Beanie right now. So
okay.
But the thing is, like, for a stretch of time, right, it was the same thing. If you listen to the Dynasty album, I know Jay had to be in nightmare mode because like, every time Beanie show up on this track, it's over. it's not even close. Like Jay lead off, and this, Memphis come in there do his little 16, and then when Beanie show up, closer every time. And I'm like, bro, I know Jay-Z, I gotta do something because if Beanie gonna keep rapping like this every single time, and he start dropping his own stuff with that could be another speculation of why Beanie got. I'm gonna leave that over there right now. I'm gonna leave that.
Hey, I don't know. I think we about to continue that conversation because Beans was smoking people on the. Hey, I'm telling you, like, listen to his verse in the beginning of what's the name of that song? Throw Your Hands Up.
Ooh, yeah.
You know how Matt get in the club. You know how I beat all our VIP rolling up the BIG. I'm like, yo, bruh. He said, y'all got your hands up and I ain't even stick y'all up. Like he was, the way he was flowing on that joint. I mean, that Jay did his thing. But what I'm trying to say is that it was always a battle. If y'all really listening, listen to Freeways, even though what we do is wrong. You really listen to that song, there's a back and forth going on between him and Jay and Bean.
That's facts.
There's a back and forth. Like, but you're right. I mean, but here's the difference between Jay and T.I. Jay, even though Beans might be better than Jay, he might be. Jay don't really care. I don't think Jay cares. I think Jay cares. Jay, because he signed to me, so why should I care? I think that's the type of approach that he took. But there's a lot of people that's around T.I. that always said that T.I. was holding back Young Dro. There's a lot of people that would say that.
All right, so
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So to be fair, I know I've heard his name before, and I've definitely heard some songs before from Young Dro, but I didn't know. Now that's probably at the detriment of T.I. that I didn't know Young Dro. And when I look up songs, I've def heard like Shoulder Lean, We in the City, Here I Go.
Oh, I forgot about We in the City. That was hard.
Like, I've def heard these songs because the way they get the people going, To be fair, just from my own opinion, I do know T.I. more. I know T.I. I know more T.I. songs, and I've heard more T.I. flows. Like I've heard him rap different kinds of songs.
Right.
So, but the bars and those in Young Dro songs, I will not deny the impact of the bars. I do feel like it's kind of like, are we saying like better rapper or just better artist?
I just said better rapper.
Okay, yeah, like
that's a good distinction.
To be fair, like, I'll just say this. To be fair, I haven't listened enough in depth to Young Dro because whenever I hear his stuff, it's always like a party or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
To be fair, I'm not listening to T.I. to get intellectual, but he'll have some, he got a couple songs out there. He'll drop some jewels like that, and that's a little bit more tailored to me just because of the kind of rap that I like.
Right.
But as far as like just pure rap ability, the dude is right there. Bro, like if you're just hearing it, I do feel like he's right there with him as a rapper. So for the people who don't know Dro, or for the younger guys who might not be able to put that 2 and 2 together. But I feel like I've just heard more of T.I. So I'm not. Of
course.
I've just heard more. I've heard more stuff. So I'll say that I'll probably listen to T.I. more, but that could be at the detriment of T.I. not putting this guy on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Like Dro reminds me of those. When you growing up as a kid, especially in elementary school, you like, man, this kid has innate ability, but ain't gonna never put it all together. That's Dro. Dro has said this in multiple interviews across multiple platforms that he knew he tricked a lot of stuff off with bad decisions, with all the allegedly female stuff, and his life is chaotic, right? But that's preventing him from really, excluding the outside of like T.I. part of it, but that part is really, was to his own detriment because he knew. He said, "Man, if I would have just kept my head on straight, I knew I was going. Like I was doing for a stretch. He was like, I was doing mad shows, getting mad paper, just tricking it off, not executing the game plan that he needed to execute. So it is kind of, because even though I was growing up, born and bred here, and especially at that time, like that mid 2000, from like 03 to like 08, 09, you like Dro come out with that banger. You like, okay, this finally where Dro finna take off. And then next thing you know, you just like, damn, where Dro at? And then you see Dro on TV, doing some crazy stuff. Like getting a car, dropping a car off, or then take the car back. Or some random stuff. You're like, bro, what's going on? So that's the dynamic that we have, that's the perspective we have of Dro, like the really uber talented rapper that could not put it all together because of a variety of reasons, majority of them, self-inflicted. And then of course T.I. was just like, oh, shit, I think T.I. just started at certain points and just took his hands off of it. I think he just really just like, bro, I can't do this no more. I think he gave up relatively probably earlier than he probably should have, but he was just like, man, until you start figuring it out, I'm gonna have to watch, from the sidelines, and I think Dro finally, unfortunately, a little too late, but I don't say like for trying to capture that heat again.
He can do it again. He can do
You
it.
think so?
Yeah. You know what it is? I feel like, well, one, hey, I think he was popping too many pills, right?
That's part of it. Yeah.
But see, what happens is that, him and T.I. are friends, close friends. Chuck, you don't remember we saw T.I. and Dro?
What's that? The
You
main
was with me
event?
that day, right? Yeah, you was with me that day when he was when his son was throwing the birthday party.
Yeah.
We seen him. He a wild boy. He's a wild boy, man. And he remind me of my brother a lot. Can't get right. He can't get right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of them things where it's like, I think that if he would have got things together, if he would have got himself together, he would have been definitely a monster. But, the rumor is that T.I.'s feeding that flame, like he's not helping with that. You understand what I'm saying? Huh?
Like gas to the fire.
Exactly. So you acting like you the owner and you the label mate. Once again, all rumors. You know what I'm saying? But I can see that happening. That sounds about right. You rapping about popping pills yourself on the song. So y'all probably popping pills together. I thought I heard Dro say that they got locked up together. You know what I'm saying? Sometime, some points in their career. It is, I guess, owning a label, you got to be like Jay was. Like Jay was in the mix, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you might have to go find Jay. You might not be able to call the phone and Jay pick up. So I don't know. This is one of.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's just one of them things that, I don't know. But at the end of the day, T.I. can't rap better than Young Dro. He can't. He can't write songs like Dro. The songs that Dro put out, them joints hit like that We in the City. That was just let me put this out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
To see what it do. And that thing hit. Matter of fact, it still play at the Hawks games.
Mm-hmm.
It still play at the Falcons games.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is the other Dro song. It's the acronym. It's like FD something that was just banging in the streets for a long time. It was FDB. Oh yeah, that was.
I'm telling you,
yo, that. Hey, I'm telling you, that was if that wasn't a city, what they call city boy anthem, that was it. Like that drove. I'm telling you, it's like clockwork. Every 2 years, he gonna drop off something real quick. He's like, yo, what he drop that Christmas present off and get up out of there. He's like, all right.
Now Dro got a new song. He got a new song out that he had with Zaytoven. That I like. He on some positive stuff. He's getting his life together, man. I'm proud of Dro. Dro, one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites, man. Like I love T.I. too. I'm just saying, it's time to get Dro some props, something. Because Dro.
I can't. I'm gonna tell you this, Tino. That will, if this would be like a Marvin Timeline situation. If Dro ever come out with a album just from front to back, like platinum, just a classic, that might put a dagger in T.I. because T.I. he's already like on that. He's teetering right now. Like after that whole like Charleston White situation, T.I.'s credibility has taken hits.
He need to retire, man. I'll
It
be
started
honest.
with it started with the guns and
Yeah. He just been. I said, yo, if he that would be crushing. Like, bro, your dude that was you just kept trying to let him just be in his corner. All of a sudden, just started being like surpassing you. That would suck.
We in the city. Oh my
I'm
god!
saying, when that song first popped, the first time I heard that song was in a club, and it was I first heard it when I'm hearing everybody going, "Car ain't got no roof."
Right.
Car ain't got no roof.
And then we be in the city. I was like, all right. I'm from New York, so I'm coming to a club. I'm over here. I'm listening. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but this bump, like this is heavy. I got my knowledge on. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Fun fact that Joe talk about, because Joe has a kind of like a pacing with his flow. He said he struggled rapping that second verse.
Oh, that
second verse, because he had to literally start jumping up and down while he's rapping to get that out.
Yeah. Yo, bro, like that second verse.
Oh, he was cooking with the microwave, the oven on, all the aisles. Like,
I'm gonna tell y'all, man. This is the honest truth. This is the honest truth. Y'all know I'm a New Yorker, right? Yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
And listen, the music that I'm gonna ask you a question after this too. But the music that came out at that time, I partied to it, but I really wasn't too happy with it. It's like, oh, I put the food in the microwave, but you know what? I'm eating it and it's hot. I'm only happy when my food is hot. Once it's cold, I'm mad. That's how I felt with the food, with the music, right? It's like, oh, it's hot. It's like, oh, man, I don't like it anymore. It's cold. Let me throw this out of here. When I heard that second verse from Young Dro, that put the faith in Atlanta hip hop for me. Like that second verse put the faith back in Atlanta hip hop for me. Like when I heard him rap the way he was rap, I was like, oh nah, this is what it is. That's what the sound's supposed to sound like. Like he can't like Walt was saying, like he said he heard different flows from T.I. So when you hear that first verse from Young Dro, and then that second verse, he came with a whole
different.
He went to another planet on y'all when it came to the flow. You understand what I'm saying? And he took the time in the studio to say, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get that verse to sound like the way it's supposed to come out. You understand what I'm saying? And to me, that I was like, yo, now this is what the South is supposed to sound like. This is what Atlanta rap is supposed to sound like. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, T.I., I'm gonna say this. When I started hearing T.I. rap like everybody else, I said T.I.'s falling off.
Follow up. Around what album did you stop with T.I.?
Let me go down the list real quick.
I already know where I stopped at.
Let me go down the list real quick.
Once I got the paper trail, it was over after that. That's when you start to notice him like, all right, this is the last hoorah for T.I. And then he had like a good 4. He had I'm Serious, Trap.
Yeah.
What's the one he stand in front? That third one was hard.
25 to Life? Or is that 25 to Life? Is that it?
No, it is the one with ASAP, Motivation. I gotta pull up his discography.
So these are the albums where he went to jail.
Yeah, he was so Urban Legend, that was the third one, King, and then I take that back. He fell off on that T.I. verse Tip. That was trash. That was just
Right.
he should never came up with that. Then he rebounded himself on the paper trail. And
Right.
then
Because Live Your Life was on there. Live Your Life was on there.
Paper trail was fire. And then when he got to No Mercy, and then when he put three
Another
stacks,
album when he went to jail.
when he put three, no, that's all right. That ain't no, yeah, exactly. And then he tried to rebound again on Trouble Man, but when he put 3 stacks on that song, I'm sorry, we knew he was not gonna be the same. Like he never, like he was never the same dude after that. Like, so yeah, Trouble Man was, I would say this, probably, yeah, Paper Trail was probably his last like big album from front to back, and everything else was just done. Like he was cooked.
Yeah.
After that.
And now I'm not saying that. Listen, Libra might be decent. You know what I'm saying? I think I remember this. Yeah, but he after a while he just started getting that same flow that everybody else rap with. He started hanging around. I don't know. Maybe he started hanging around Thugger too long. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it started getting a little. But hey, listen, T.I., listen, we love you, brother. But you ain't better than Young Dro. I'm just saying.
I said, bro, why he left? I said, once he tried to get rid of that draw, it was over.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When he T.I. had that southern draw, I was like, yo, hey,
right.
How my niggas roll? I still be bumping that every time.
Which one?
which one?
How my niggas roll? Oh, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
I still bump that every once in a while.
Hey
but
man,
that's an older T.I. That's
right.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, listen. When I was freshman year in college, when Urban Legend dropped, fam, Urban Legend was everywhere.
Yeah.
ASAP. Like ASAP was like.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you where he messed up, and we'll move on. I'm gonna tell you where he messed up at. T.I. know where he messed up at. When he got rid of Toomp.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
When you got rid of Toomp, that was it.
That was his dream.
Toomp gave you everything. Toomp gave you everything. And all you had to do was make him at least part owner of Grand Hustle. Something like that.
See, people they don't just make this the obvious decision. Like, come on now.
Look, listen,
Toomp
man.
was T.I.'s Dre.
All the hits that we know came from Toomp.
Mm.
Matter of fact, one of Kanye's best albums, Toomp was in there.
Was that the Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy?
Nah, that was huh?
That's the first 3 albums.
Yeah, the second one. I think it's the second. I think it's the third one. Matter of fact, it's the third one.
Graduation.
Yeah, I think it's Graduation. Yeah, that is Graduation.
Toomp funny. Toomp mad about that too. But Yaby, he was like, man, he said, man, I said, I got the best drums on here. He gonna go around try to figure it. He gonna get some better stuff on here. He wasted all that time to come back. Yeah, yo was the best. Like, bro, I just look, I'm Toomp.
Yeah, Toomp is nice, man. And before I gotta say this, man. I gotta say that we're gonna move on for real. So another room was that T.I. So when they did the King album, and the label came around looking like, yo, like, what's going on with this album? You know what I'm saying? I heard some good things from it. He played all them songs, right? And then they was like, all right, cool. So they bumped the Toomp. He's like, yo, I heard the album, but I ain't hear that song that everybody talking about. And he played he said, oh, this one? And he played what you know about that? He said, that's it. The rumor was that T.I. was trying to put the album out without that song.
Wow.
To try to prove that he can actually do something without Toomp. But everybody was looking for that song because of tune.
Hey, that's a tall task. Now, I personally, outside of that song, Just Blaze probably had the hardest beat on that album.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Just Blaze.
What is it called? I'm Talking to You.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Blaze got busy.
Yeah,
but,
they all got hands in ruining Lil Flip's career. They all got hands in it. Just saying, it's messed up. All y'all should be ashamed of yourself. They all should be ashamed of themselves.
No, that was Lil Flip fault. He knew.
Him too.
Yeah, he knew.